Historically, Easter eggs were eggs laid by birds living on Easter Island, but today there are no more birds on Easter Island, so now we put Easter eggs in video games instead. Easter eggs are little hidden things in video games. Sometimes they are in-jokes, additional lore, or references to other media. Did you know that in Half-Life 2, much of the Earth has been invaded by alien species, but one of the few species we see that originated on Earth is the humble crow. This of course is a reference to Gordon Freeman's favorite weapon, the crowbar. In another part of Half-Life 2, you can find the HEV suit charger from Half-Life 1. They've of course changed the design for Half-Life 2, so finding this is a welcome reminder that another game exists. For the tic-tac-toe board, there's a piece missing, but you can actually find the lost piece in one of the apartments in the next section. Maybe someone is keeping it as a memento, or maybe they intended to fix it one day, but have long forgotten about it. Have you ever noticed the watermelons in Half-Life 2? There aren't very many, maybe half a dozen in the whole game, but apparently Dr. Kleiner feeds them to his pet headcrab Lamar. Anyways, did you know that the seagulls in the game will shit on Gordon Freeman's buggy if you leave it parked along Highway 17 for too long? Quite the realistic detail if you ask me. I tried recording this, but the seagull kind of glitched and got stuck in the ground. I also found these empty tin cans. We can presume that they once contained baked beans, but of course the Combine suppression field has eliminated all beans, so now they are empty. Another interesting thing you can find in the train station are these Chinese food takeout containers. Is there a Chinese restaurant in City 17? I guess. Though it does make you feel even more sorry for the people waiting in line for nutrient paste. The car batteries you find in one of the areas along Highway 17 are pretty nicely detailed. You're supposed to use them to solve some kind of stupid puzzle, but I just chuck them in the ocean where God intended them to be. Pre-release versions of Half-Life 2 featured completely drained oceans, child labor, and also, for some reason, Gordon Freeman rode a jet ski. Yes, you heard me right. In the original version of Half-Life 2, Gordon Freeman rode a jet ski along the canals of City 17. Now, you're probably asking, what were they thinking? What were they smoking to have Gordon Freeman riding around the post-apocalyptic canals of City 17 on a jet ski? And honestly, I couldn't tell you. They apparently only cut it because it didn't work properly. The model is so weird looking. According to the Combine Overwiki, it's based on some kind of old-fashioned style jet ski. And you can see in this image that they mounted a gun on it. To me, it makes it feel like Gordon Freeman's going on vacation to the Bahamas and not fighting his way through zombie-infested sewers and canals. In some abandoned buildings, you can find the ultimate physics object in Half-Life 2, the mattress. Look at this disgusting thing. It's gotta be infested with all sorts of nasty critters. Still, when you pick it up, it's got the most satisfying physics of any object in the game. It jiggles and bends in a way that no normal mattress would. But you've got to admit that it's fun to launch it around the empty roads of Highway 17. You can even chuck it into the ocean to give it a much needed wash. It even floats on the water and can be retrieved with the gravity gun. I tried to see if you could use it as a makeshift raft, but it seemed like Gordon just passed straight through it. You can also use the mattress to kill people. Right after getting off the train, you come across these vending machines giving out Dr. Breen's Private Reserve, a canned beverage. It's certainly suspicious, but at least it's free. As someone passionate about graphic design, I love the deliberately awful branding for this drink. The weird typos, the impact font, the solid blue background, it's all beautifully terrible. It's like Dr. Breen himself designed it, and everyone around him was too afraid to say anything. Absolutely amazing world building here. There's even additional flavors seen in Half-Life 2 Episode 2. So Dr. Breen has been busy expanding his business even as the Combine collapses. At least he has his priorities straight. In Half-Life Alyx, there's a Garfield-esque wall clock, which is a reference to the fact that the G in G-Man stands for Garfield. It is fitting, however, that they are carrion crows because they do spend a lot of time feasting on and hanging around rotted corpses in the game. There's also this weird image which can be found in the game of a crow hanging out with the G-Man on a boat. I'm not really sure what the lore behind this particular image is, but I'm sure that somewhere out there is a 5-hour-long video essay about it. The seesaw provides some foreshadowing to everyone's favorite physics puzzles, both in this game and in episodes 1 and 2. One eerie thing about this area is that you can actually hear the sounds of children playing while you walk through it. Here's the sound isolated for you so you can listen to it. In the game files, it's called Playground Memories. It's quite a haunting detail for an area that sees theoretical physicist Gordon Freeman repeatedly falling off of a merry-go-round and playing tic-tac-toe. In Half-Life 2 Episode 2, we learn that antlions, prior to becoming Zen creatures, were at least partially domesticated by Vortigaunts. In my opinion, they probably farmed them for the medicinal properties of their grubs. It also seems like the Combine are doing something similar, as we find out in Half-Life Alyx. Poison head crabs are, well, poisonous. Take a look at this road sign. This is supposed to be an international style road sign which tells drivers that there is no stopping or parking along the roadway. Technically, the standard for the stopping prohibited sign is that it must have a blue background. Another type of bird that can be found in Half-Life 2 is the pigeon. Honestly, given that most pigeons I've met have the situational awareness of a fossilized potato, I am shocked that they haven't all been gobbled up by barnacles and other Zen fauna. In fact, I think it's only crows that we see eaten by barnacles in the game, which is a shame because crows are known for their intelligence. On page 43, the guide refers to this City 17 citizen as a dejected chap sitting at the table. On page 49, we find out that Dr. Kleiner was on the cover of Popular Science. On page 214, we find that the Combine teleport explosion registered on Kleiner's seismographic printout. On page 147, we get an interesting callback to one of my previous videos, which was about the antlion mounds. In this guide, they are referred to as antlion nests, which is simply more proof for those who doubted that they are in fact related to antlions.